Raiders Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go with White on the counter. A gain of 3, second down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you make them off their backs.
3 yards on the first down, just 1 yard there.
They did a really nice job standing in proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Rankin.
Well, that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going right side is White.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Right again. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him, And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Looking to throw. Rankin. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Back to throw. Rankin uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Scott to return it. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin on the ground with Kamara. They find some open field here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early, so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
The tackle made by Zion McCollum. The Saints at 11-4 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you talk about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense is going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
.45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 40.
Defensive back on the field. Looking to throw. Rankin. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced him to stay. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Right there. All the way, all the way, all the way.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Prescott from the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been to this point of the season, and he commits on field goal.
Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's bumped in before he can get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and he also brings up 4 here.
That's the easy play for the defensive end because most of his responsibility is in getting upfield and working without his vision to see where the play was going. Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
To throw on 3rd down. Rankin airing this one out for Evans. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Kamara try the right side. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Lutz with the extra point. The lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Rankin.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many yards. With 3rd down play.
Another nice job there forcing incompletion.
On 3rd down, Rankin. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
That's no small return for a and once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Terrible, awful, seriously, just disgraceful.
Yeah, keep it up, keep it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They stay on the ground and play. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's a great game because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, they can't. And that creates criticism. That creates a message.
this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Evans in motion left. Back to throw. Rankin. He's got Martin on the out route. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The carry here for the big tight end. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looking to throw. Rankin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle, because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott out to his left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
On third down, it's Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darren Waller as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead.
Well, Charles, after the first quarter, it was just complete disaster for them. Everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction down here in quarter 2.
Championship right there. Almost lucky to be coming through the final opportunity to get the win. This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Play some defense,
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Prescott.
Got an open man. It's Olave.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on third down, good for 28.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Slayton. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave
with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Saints have opened the lead up to 30.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will be a return from deep end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Well, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to throw. Rankin. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
To throw on 2nd down. Rankin. And this one too low.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the score in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball into the playmakers. Get to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who are putting down the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rankin. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Prescott stripped. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Olave over the middle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlton Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll go up the middle with White. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
This run defense has been pretty stout. Passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away.
Get the football.
Oh, the return is Scott.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could hope for on both sides of the football.
You might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. Prescott yet again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Trap 50, trap 50. Cut 19, cut 19. Go.
Back to throw. Rankin. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chip Newman with that 8 sacks for him on the season. That's a sack. He's done some good things,
But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like the way I said,
in his defense. I got him.
see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down. And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. As we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. Panther 11, Panther 11.
To throw on 3rd down. Rankin. And that is incomplete. Carter, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him. Taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here.
Paid for this?
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. And they take a knee.
defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for New Orleans,
they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year.
and they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers,
Their dreadful season, unfortunately, continues as they fall to 2-14 with still one more week to get through.
and they will look to turn it around next time out.